Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our very first Wellness Check Wednesday. I am super duper excited. I am at work, so please forgive any background noise that you may hear. But I'm so grateful that you have decided to spend a little bit of your lunchtime with me this Wednesday. And so let's get into it, right? My name is Shema Kinchin, and I own Beautiful Purpose Concepts, which is an empowerment center, basically. And our goal is to create a platform where we empower one another, educate each other, and ultimately begin to elevate ourselves to become the women that God has created for us to be. So in order to understand Wellness Check Wednesday, you have to understand Beautiful Purpose Concepts, and you can find us at abeautifulpurpose.com. We offer apparel. I am a stylist. I have a salon in the Plano, Frisco area, and I travel quite a bit over to LA and to other parts of the United States. She does travel if needed, so please definitely keep that in mind. And what we will be doing here as we grow Wellness Check Wednesdays is we will be pulling education and information from some very phenomenal people that are already doing incredible things, which I like to call people that are boots on the ground. They're already on the ground doing phenomenal things and understand the power of sharing the information that they have so that we can all better ourselves, educate ourselves, and ultimately reach our ultimate potential. So I will probably be calling some of y'all. You know who you are. So just look at your calendar, okay, and see when you can pencil a Wednesday in for a good Wellness Check Wednesday with your girl. Hey, everybody that's joining, thank you so much for spending your lunchtime with me. I promise I'm going to do my best to keep it brief, but I am a preacher's daughter. So don't hold it against me. You know, it don't get good until the very end. So we have to close like 6 times in order for us to really be great. Just keep that in the back of your mind. So first things first, our first Wellness Check Wednesday, I want to discuss the competition misconception. That sounds like a church title, don't it? The competition misconception. Ever since I was, a child, I've been an athlete. And I have learned, that competing against someone means in order for me to succeed, I have to beat the person, my opponent, right? That's what we've learned that competition to be. And I have always had kind of like this negative emotion associated with the word competition, right? Because you're taught you got to crush the competition. That's what we teach our kids. You got to crush the competition. You get out there and you have to be your very best. But the narrative is, in order to be your best, someone else has to fail so that you have to win, so that you win. Charmel 7, get your life off of my situation. Thank you. That's rude. Don't be gross. Yeah. So I looked up the word to say, what does competition actually mean? And every single place that I looked up, it had a negative. It's a huge sibling, like a rivalry, or it's an argument, or it's a fight, and we have to work against each other because we're reaching towards the same goal. And I was just like, well, why does that have to be the case? And so eventually we changed the narrative from competing against one another to, I don't have any competition. I'm my own competition. I compete against myself. But the problem is we still took the negative emotion connected to the word competition. We still take that over to ourselves. And so instead of being able to enjoy our progress, instead of being able to enjoy the things that we actually achieve, because we had to compete so hard, even with me, to get there, I can't be happy in that success. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? So my goal today is to be able to kind of ask you to tweak and change your mind about how you view the word competition, and to associate something positive with that word. Because the true measure, in my opinion, of what competition should be a metric system for ourselves. I want to be better every day, right? I want to be better tomorrow than I was today. But if I don't know what I did today, I can't be better tomorrow, right? We're always like, I'm going to eat better. Okay, well, what did you eat yesterday? I'm gonna work out more. Okay, well, when was the last time that you worked out? I'm gonna love more. I'm gonna tell my children that I love them more. I'm gonna spend more time with my husband. But if we don't start writing things down taking inventory of our lives and holding ourselves accountable, to certain things. There's no way to measure, am I really eating better? Or am I really, growing and becoming a better person? So I have my journal. You guys know I've been doing the Miracle Morning. I am on day 64 of the Miracle Morning, which means that for 64 days, I have spent some time in silence and affirmation, which means speaking well over myself, to myself, about myself, and visualization, which means I see where I want myself to be, where I believe myself to be. I exercise every day. I read a little bit. I spend some time in my Bible or read a really good book. And the other S is for scribing, which means I write in my journal. And in my daily journal, it helps me to see, am I growing? Am I evolving? It gives me an outlet if things are difficult to say, but I need to write them down, or it helps me to plan for my next day so I can be effective. Because if you guys have children, or if you have a business, or if you have anything in life, you know that if we don't plan, your life is a whole mess, okay? Your whole life is an entire mess. I want you to think about how our feelings towards competition keep you from learning from someone else, keep you from growing, keep you from being motivated by someone else. You have to ask yourself, am I envious of that person? Am I a low-key hater right now? Am I jealous on the low? Because we don't really have competition. What we have are teachers. You have motivators. You have people that should inspire you. In our industry, in the beauty industry, it is such a difficult space to get people to work together because they're like, oh, that's my client. We don't own people. I'm a client. You do not own me. I am a free agent out here for the Lord. Okay, I'm going to find who and what works best for me. But we have this thing like, no, that's my client. Oh, you stole my client, and I do this, and she doesn't do it like I do it. And it's like, the more we elevate ourselves together, the better the industry becomes. But it doesn't matter how many of us are in the industry. There are millions and millions upon millions of people who need help with their hair. And the more that you focus externally outside of yourself, the less that we grow internally within ourselves. And the more that I can blame someone else for where I am or where I'm not, right? Because if I'm focused on you, I take my eyes off of me, and my personal self-growth and development doesn't happen. Competition is not really, there is no rivalry for us to get to the same place. We may be walking on a similar path, but we're not necessarily working towards the exact same end goal, because God has a plan for me and he has a plan for you, right? So if I know my plan and we happen to get on the same path at some point in our journey, I'm going to root you on. Okay, well, what have you learned? Have you done this? Oh, yeah. Well, I struggled in this area. Well, this is what I did. And, what did you do? Well, this is what I did. And then we support each other so that we can get better, right? So today I'm just going to ask that we at least begin to think about how the association, the emotion that we attach to how we feel about ourselves in certain spaces, about other people that we may feel threatened by in certain spaces, and ask yourself, instead of me being threatened by this person, what can I learn from you? What can I learn from you? What can I glean from you so that maybe I don't have to make those similar mistakes? Or if someone else is coming in, what can I possibly teach you? I always want to stay empty. One of my favorite things to say is I want to stay empty so that God can fill me. If I know everything, if I'm if I'm the end all be all, I can't learn anything else. I'm constantly trying to pour out so that God can give me more. If you stay full, how do you grow? Staying full, like, how do you get better if you know everything? How do you, if you don't, like, I know that you understand what I'm saying. So, in an effort to not ramble, the bottom line is simply change the way that the word competition makes you feel. Make it a positive thing for yourself. If I'm competing with me to be better than I was yesterday, then that means I have to celebrate the spaces that I succeeded today so that I can celebrate the spaces that I succeed tomorrow. And that is what I want for all of you, and as well for me. I will keep you lifted, and I pray that you guys are keeping me lifted. I think I did pretty good. Keeping this short, hallelujah. We'll take our questions over to my story. And if there's anything that you guys want to know, or if there's any thoughts or feedback, I'd love to hear what you guys think. And so the next space to go into is to life application, right? So once you learn something, we have to figure out, how do I apply it to my life? So get a journal. Write things down. If you want to change your life, first you change it in your mind. Decide that I want a different life. That's what I do every day. I decide that I want to have a good day. I have multiple options. And 9 times out of 10, I'm justified if I don't have a great day or if I decide to be angry in that moment. But what does that do for me? But I'm feeding myself poison, right? Why would I feed myself poison? So you have to make the decisions to have a good day. And that means being an adult, knowing what's going on. I know we're super smart, but sometimes you forget. Get a gratefulness journal. Before you go to sleep, write 5 things that you're thankful for. Before you close your eyes, end your day in gratefulness. When you open up your eyes in the morning, before you pick up your phone, 5 things that you're grateful for. Start your day in gratefulness. You tell the atmosphere that I want a positive outcome today. So the first thoughts that I'm going to have are going to be positive. I want to have, I am commanding my day to line up with this energy that I'm putting forth. And you will be tried. We all know that. Every moment that you're like, I'm going to eat better, is the day that Domino's has a free pizza for everybody, especially you. Or whatever it is your challenge are. The moment that you're like, today is the day I'm going to make sure I spend time with the man I love, is the moment that y'all have a dumb argument over nothing. You know, you're going to be tried in the area that you set yourself to succeed. But that's just the test to see how much do you want to have change in that space, you know? So we're in this world, we are in this life, we are on this journey at some point and in some paths together. And I look forward to being able to continue to grow within myself. Every Wednesday, I want to just check in and see how you're doing. I hope that everyone that gets to see this, whether you're watching now, thank you. And if you're watching later, hi. Well, consider reading The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. He has so many different miracle mornings. And so, hey, love bugs. And so, no matter what space you are, if you're a mother, if you are a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, you have ambitions to become a millionaire, whatever it is, or if you're in real estate, if you're a writer, there's a miracle morning for everyone. And basically what that does is it helps to create a structure for you to keep up and have a metrics or a measuring system, right? That's what we need. We need something that can track our successes. What did we do today? What did I do yesterday? How is this working for me? And and when we fall off, you can go back to the place where you were on track and double back again, and let's pick it back up. And let's just pick it back up. So I hope that you are doing well. You are doing well. You are doing well. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are beautiful on the inside and the outside. Know that your life is a conglomeration, which means just a composite of every decision that you make. And the beautiful thing about your choices is you can make different ones. And you can choose to do something different today than you did yesterday. And if you want a different life, we make different choices. So, Wellness Check Wednesday, number 1, under the belt. The competition misconception. I choose to view competition as something that is positive and building. I choose to learn from the people that are in my industry or in my space that are already succeeding. I choose to be a resource, right? If I need to be a resource, I empty myself. And sometimes you got to charge for that, but we'll talk about that later, because it does cost you something to learn everything that you've learned, amen? So maybe you don't give it away for free, but you do make the information available as a resource so that I can be empty, so I can learn something else and get full again. I don't know what y'all had for lunch, but I hope it was delicious. I know that I have enjoyed my time with you, and I will check y'all soon. Your purpose is beautiful. Be great today.